Sunday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Now, this video is going to be slightly different from some of the other Sunday messages I've been doing because quite a few people have asked me about my faith and how did you come to develop this relationship with God. And so I thought, why don't I share my testimony with you? Because the truth is that I didn't actually grow up in a Christian home. My mother would have been described as agnostic in that she believes that there's a higher being, but she didn't have a particular faith that we were given as children. And my father's actually a Muslim, but I didn't grow up with my father, so his faith didn't really impact me in that sense. And so growing up, I kind of always had a naive belief in God. And I remember going to a Christian secondary school where they'd play gospel music actually in assembly, and my eyes would start watering. It used to be so embarrassing. I didn't know what was happening. And that would happen, and sometimes I'd go home and listen to the songs and they'd like touch my heart in an interesting way, if we're to use that phrase. Looking back, that's how I describe it. And my sister also kind of went through a phase where she was exploring different faiths, and she had a little bit of an impact on me. But what really happened simply is this, I was 15 years old, which is actually the same age I was when God gave me the vision for my life, or gave me a revelation of my purpose. I was 15 years old, and I woke up one morning and I just decided that I wanted to go to church. It was really bizarre. It was a Sunday, and I thought, I'm going to ask my friend if I can go to church with her. And I had been to churches in the past, but previously it was me going somewhere because somebody had invited me or for some particular reason, but my heart wasn't truly vested in it, meaning I didn't have the desire to go, so my heart wasn't really open. But this was the first time ever in my life that I actually wanted to go, and so my heart was so open. So I called my friend and I asked her if I could come to church with her, and she agreed, and literally the rest is history. That day I just really had an encounter whereby it just all felt so right. I was in the church, I was listening to the sermon. There was an invitation for anybody to come up at the end of the sermon who wanted to receive Jesus as their Lord and Savior and to go on a journey of developing a personal relationship with God. And I was scared, but I felt like it was right to make that step, and I did that. And I kept going since then, and all of my family thought I was going through a phase, but it wasn't a phase. I was falling in love with the creator of the universe. I had finally found the very thing that empowered me and gave me a sense of meaning and a sense of being. I had found the thing that filled so many gaps in my heart and gave me such a blessed assurance, the thing that empowered me that even through the various challenges and obstacles that I was navigating, God had a purpose for me, and He had a great plan for my future. And when I found this and I was receiving these revelations and I was developing this relationship with God, I was literally falling deeper and deeper in love. And I can't describe the beauty of this love. It's so pure. And the Bible in Corinthians talks about what love is, that love is long suffering, it thinks no evil. Love desires good things. And I was developing this relationship with God and realizing what true, unadulterated love is. And many of us have never experienced that. And I hadn't fully experienced that until I started developing this relationship with God. So that is really how my journey of faith began. It was very important for me to kind of meet God in those stages of my life, because 15, as I said, was the same age when God gave me the vision for my future, which was to become a medical doctor. And I was coming from a background where I had so many different obstacles that I needed to overcome. So developing my relationship with God and knowing Him in that season was of a paramount importance, because it helped me to walk on that straight and narrow path and not get distracted by all of the various things that were around me. And in doing so, that helped me to not become a statistic, to not become a product of my environment, and to not become other people's negative projections or stereotypes of what someone like me coming from my kind of background might have gone on to be. So that is my testimony. I really hope that it encourages someone. If you have any questions, look, I'm very open when it comes to my faith. So feel free to DM me or message me or whatever. I'm happy to encourage you or to answer any questions that you may have if they're relevant. Thank you guys for listening, and wishing you a wonderful week ahead. See you next time.